Hello and welcome. My name is Roland, and I'm doing a video blog. I'm doing it for the first time. I've never done it before. I have a very rudimentary setup, and I do it about a niche subject, which is kit model building. And you will say, well, we have a lot of kit model building videos up on YouTube. Yes, we do. And you know what? I've watched for you. Well, I actually watched a lot, to be quite honest. And I'll find out about the techniques. I watch what they, when they look at the new boxes and do the unpacking. I watch what they do, and I'm amazed about the techniques they have, and I'm amazed about the material available for them, and I'm amazed about the results people are getting, and I'm amazed that they are prepared to share this with people who don't have a clue, like I'm one of them. I'm a beginner. I started a couple of months ago. I have a lot of challenges. I live in South Africa, so not everything is always readily available to me, and if it is somewhat expensive. So I'll try to get by with, well, I wouldn't say with minimal stuff, but with as little as possible. I love this. I love this hobby, and the reason I do love this is because it gives me the opportunity to get away from everything and not to think about anything whatsoever, but to actually, get my mind off work, get my mind off whatever troubles the mind, and be engulfed in this for maybe half an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours, for a couple of hours on a weekend, and it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to have. Now, my name is Roland, and as you heard, I live in South Africa, and I will do this blog for the beginner, and for everybody who finds it entertaining. Probably the expert will giggle a lot when I have further videos about what I'm doing, which is also good. That's fine. That's fair enough. Maybe in the comment section they can give me then some tips and say, listen, buddy, you are doing it totally wrong. If you really want to have a good finish, we must do this and that. And I will be grateful and thankful for that. And I will, obviously, everybody who is on the channel will then be able to see that. Now, this is not for making money or anything. This is really just a little experiment. It is for me to share what beginners like me go through and what mistakes we make, and I will certainly share some of these mistakes, and I will share some of the stuff which I have done and I've done wrongly and badly, wrongly and wrongly again, and wrongly in a different way. So it is I'm sure it's for somebody looking from the outside very entertaining. For me, sometimes it was a bit frustrating, but I still kept at it and still keep on loving it. Now, I started out with probably like everybody else, getting planes, World War II planes, and try to get a Messerschmitt together, or try to get a Spitfire together, or things like that. And mine keep running into anti-aircraft fire. It looked terrible. It didn't work out the way I wanted to, and I didn't like them that much. I didn't like the idea of building World War II planes, and I do appreciate them from a technical point of view, but I decided to build something which is more closer to my heart, and these are classic cars. So anything between vintage and let's say mid-60s is a period which I really like. I like European cars. I like American cars. I build either of them. Obviously, there are a lot more American models available than there are Europeans, I will try to do that and get that going as good as I can. And I've had a couple of tries, and I will share them with you. I bought and built a little BMW Isetta 1-16 model from Revell. I'm finishing up a Mini, and both of them are far from perfect. They're hand painted. I made a lot of mistakes and had to fix a lot of stuff, and the fixes again. And I'm sure you're all aware that you all went through that, and I did that. I'm getting new kits, of course, but I'm also getting in a lucky position because getting some second-hand kits, because not everything is readily available. We also cannot, order on Amazon or eBay or whatever. That in South Africa is not really an option, because the shipping costs are more expensive than what you actually would pay for the model. So We don't do that. We see what is locally available and we work with that. And sometimes locally available also means that guys who have done kits and done it like I do them and are not happy with them anymore, and then they sell the kits. So, and then I strip them off, or I get them stripped already, and then whatever parts are available, I'll try to rebuild them. Lots of times there are some parts missing, or you don't have the right tires, or that kind of stuff. But that is part of the challenge. I actually enjoy that a lot. I like it feels for me, if I am try to revive an old kit, strip it and do it again, that I'm actually, not ruining what would have been a wonderful build, but that I'm actually, hopefully improve on what it has been before. Makes me feel better about myself and makes me feel better about the models I built. As I said, I look at a lot of YouTube videos. I'll try to steal where I can, and there are guys who try alternative methods. So this is what we live by here in Africa. We live by alternative methods. We don't have everything readily available, and as I said, if it is available, it is normally very expensive. So we have a guy, for example, who is importing floor polish, because we want to have the future floor polish and we want to check it out. And he got I don't know, 10, 20 bottles, and he fills it in 100 milliliter bottles and sells that for $10 or something. And so these are little things which are not available to us, and we cannot just go to the hobby shop around the corner and get a new clear lacquer because the one which we are using is not working out, or we just have to make it work and make it work to the best of our abilities. And that's a challenge in itself, and it's actually can be very, very exciting. I also have I am part of some Facebook groups, and I enjoy most of them. Some of them are, the rivet counter groups, and I even enjoy those. I really do, as long as the guys don't become, aggressive or say, "Oh, you idiot, why did you," that kind of stuff. I don't enjoy that, and I like it to be in a little bit more relaxed atmosphere. And the group which I'm in is called the Grumpy Old Scale Modelers page, which is my favorite group at the moment. It really is, because these guys don't take themselves serious. They don't take their model building too serious, which doesn't mean they are not serious model building. Some of them do it for 50 plus years. Some of them are brilliant. Well, most of them are actually, compared to me, are brilliant, and they're doing wonderful stuff. But what I really enjoy is the atmosphere. You can take photos of your old builds which you're trying to do, which in their eyes probably looks very primitive, and they still encourage you, and they still give you tips, and there are chaps around who give you tips even on ask. Every day they just give you a different tip, and I lap it up like a puppy. I love it. So this basically is, in summary, it's a blog from a beginner for beginners and everybody who will find it entertaining. It's not for me to make money. I don't expect 1,000 subscribers or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just doing it, if you want, so for therapeutic reasons on the one side, and on the other side, just to share the stuff which I'm doing. So this is just the introduction, and I hope you will like it. And what I will do after that is start, showing what my work room, well, I don't have one, what my desk looks like. I'll show you what models I'm busy with. I'll show you the models which I certainly have destroyed. I'll show you that I can be very stubborn and try to rescue them, where most of them probably would have thrown them in the bin. That kind of stuff. So I'll give you a little bit about how, as a beginner, things in the modeling world can work, and you can learn from that and make sure that you don't make the same mistakes I made, which are many. So you better get a piece of paper ready and start making notes. And I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for having a look at this, and until later. Cheers.